and Mr. Roboto. Tickets start at $27 and are available by visiting RhythmCityCasino.com, by phone at 844-852-4FUN, or in person at the Market Gift Shop. Dennis DeYoung, live in concert at Rhythm City Casino Resort.
Sensitivity, understanding, and a tradition of kindness and caring. It's so important when a family loses a loved one. Call on us, Whelan Presley Funeral Homes and Crematory, for all your service needs. You have our single-minded attention to every detail. With a range of choices and services available, our professionalism, and our deepest sympathy. Whelan Presley Funeral Homes and Crematory, Rock Island, Milan, Reynolds, and the Knox Chapel.
The Circle Tap in Davenport is your place to catch the big game on February 2nd. Watch the championship game on one of their 16 flat-screen TVs or relax on the heated patio. Enjoy $2 domestic cans, $7 big-ass Bloody Marys, and cash giveaways every quarter. Plus, one lucky winner will walk away with $100 at the end of the game. Soak up your booze with $6 pulled pork sandwiches and fries, or grab a rack of Circle Tap's world-famous ribs. Enjoy great food, great drinks, and great friends during the big game at the Circle Tap, West Locust Street, Davenport.
In an expo center, not so far, far away. The 37th Annual Rod and Custom Car Show. Friday, January 24th through Sunday the 26th. Thanks to Sean's Auto Service, not only will you see the best hot rods, custom cars, and vintage vehicles in the galaxy, but this year only. Come see the Land Speeder from Star Wars in the Expo Center's North Hall. Get your 2020 Dwyer Michaels Classic Car Calendar signed by all the girls on Saturday 11 till 1. And catch Abernathy's space-themed Legacy Pinup Pageant Saturday at 3:30 with some out-of-this-world beauties. View over 100 exhibitors and vendors you will. And stop by the premier Metal Art Man Cave at the 2020 Rod and Custom Car Show. Tickets are available every day at the door for just $8. And Friday is Military Appreciation Day, sponsored by Sexton Ford. Free shuttle service available from the downtown Rock Island parking ramp and from the Mid-American lot all day Saturday. This is the Midwest premier car show you're looking for. January 24th through the 26th at the QCCA Expo Center in Rock Island. The 37th Annual Rod and Custom Car Show. Brought to you by Town Square Media.
Crystal clear sports in the palm of your hand. Download the ESPN 1170 app today and listen to the Quad City Sports Leader anywhere. This is the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
It's 12:46 on a Friday afternoon in the Quad Cities. You're listening to Don't Hassle for Local on ESPN 1170 AM. Thank you for tuning in. You can also tune in and listen to us on your smartphone. Just go to the App Store, your Google Play Store, and download ESPN 1170 AM. You can listen to us online, ESPN1170am.com. In the upper right-hand corner, click Listen Now. Think we might have the internet issues up and going. Everything's fine. We're on Facebook Live. Leave some comments, some questions for Serge on the Facebook comment thread. Adam's in. Adam, move down for me one.
No.
Oh, you're gonna. Oh, you made him. Did you make him switch?
I made him switch.
All right. Adam's in from Front Street Brewery. It's Front Street Friday. Bomber playing musical chairs, moving Adam around. Just.
Hey.
Adam, what did you bring for us here from Front Street today?
We've got our Desperado IPA today. Brought this in. This will be one of the 3 beers that we'll be serving at Burfest in Coralville tomorrow.
So you have to go. You're going up to Coralville tomorrow?
Yeah.
I'm going up to Iowa City tonight for the Iowa-Ohio State Wrestling meet to cover that. Finally get to go into the press row and then be completely intimidated afterwards when Tom Brands is about less than 4 feet away from me, and I don't have a good question to ask him, and he just stares at me. So
Cody?
Yeah, well, it's not Cody.
It's Fran.
It's not Fran. This is Tom Brands. This is Iowa Wrestling.
You got to keep me up on all these nicknames and all these people.
They're just names. It's not. They're not nicknames. It's a name and a title. See, Tom Brands' name and the title is Iowa Wrestling Coach.
Oh, okay.
The nicknames one,
so
I can make a flow chart for you for the nicknames.
Please do.
Yes.
Please do so I can keep track.
Yeah,
in dry erase, preferably.
Yeah. Okay.
Make a lot of mistakes.
So what's up in Coralville? It's Burfest.
Yeah, Burfest. They do this every January, I think for at least the last 6 years, maybe longer. But good turnout. I think it's about 2,500 people altogether. Usually 70-plus breweries, all inside. At the what's it, Marriott, right next to Back Pocket there.
Okay.
In Coralville.
Oh, that'll be nice. That'll be a nice event then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you said, it usually is. And then you guys had your event last weekend.
Yeah, I extravaganza down in front of the tap room last weekend at the Freight House. Downtown Davenport Partnership puts that on every year. Despite the weather, still a good turnout. Everybody had a good time. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys it was like an alien theme. I saw the pictures on there.
There's aliens and UFOs all over the place. There's some of the sculptures are still up. Some of them had to come down as they melt a little bit. They'll take them down when they start to get unsafe.
No.
Got a nice little baby Yoda right in front of the tap room
Of course.
doors.
Perfect.
No, this is fantastic. This is always one of my favorites that you bring in, and I do look forward to. Before you came in, we were talking about some prop bets in the Super Bowl, Adam.
Yeah.
And Merrick was surprised that people bet on the coin flip. What they don't have on here though right now is they don't have. And Serge, can you look that for me? Do you if there's the over/under on Demi Lovato's national anthem?
Yes, I will look that up for you. Why was he surprised that people bet on the coin flip?
I have no idea.
I mean,
She looks great, by
comparatively,
the way.
odds on that might be pretty good.
Yeah.
Well,
You know,
it's different.
Ironically, yes, we get it. It's 50-50. You know, it's 105. We say 105.
Christina Aguilera, 18 minutes.
Bob, I think you're really going to like this one. I think this will be a good
Yeah.
one for you to
think-
look into.
well-
We'll kind of teach you on this because
I sang the national anthem at the Mallards playoffs game.
Uh-huh.
So I know exactly how long it should be and how long people make it.
now there's some factors into why certain people might extend it, depending on their style, this and that.
Style, I like that.
Okay.
Okay.
And like
Ego, but yeah.
location's a big one for people. If it's like close to their home crowd, their hometown, sometimes it might tend to be a little bit longer.
Was it 2 years ago Pink did it? And I was
Yeah.
like, this is over.
Yeah.
And it wasn't.
Yeah,
She went
yep,
under.
Yeah.
And then what else is kind of crazy is
And also, what I think here, Jay, sorry to interrupt you, is what happened the previous year. Like if somebody botches it the year before by going way too long on the last note or in between, the person the next year might be a little bit more tame and a little more traditional.
Okay, best national anthem ever.
oh, don't get me started on this.
Whitney Houston.
Okay.
Bomber.
What?
Listen to me. It is a fantastic Star Spangled Banner. Okay,
The best.
It is fantastic.
No, don't.
She lip sang it.
No, she might have sang it in the studio, but it's still the best
This
version.
is what gets me going about Milli Vanilli losing their Grammy. It does not say best new singer. It's best new artist that they took away their Grammy. It was an art what they did to dance and lip sing at the same time.
That's an art.
And she walked
Or a
out in the
con.
Super Bowl and did the Star Spangled Banner and lip sing, and it is the number one. As I type in Demi Lovato Star Spangled Banner on YouTube, because I'm trying to gauge how long she will be on the thing, the number 4 thing that comes up, because there's only 3 national anthems Demi Lovato that's on YouTube.
Okay.
The number 4 is Whitney Houston. That's how many people. I mean, it's got over $25 million
It's the
million
best.
views.
It's how I learned to sing the national anthem was copying off her, and I'm no Whitney Houston. I mean, I'm at 1,
Wait,
she's
so
an 11.
there is a top 10 on Billboard, Jay.
Yeah. I'm not
You
on
know
it.
that,
Wait,
right?
what do you mean Billboard?
I'm not on it.
Billboard.com
Just
has a
so you
top
guys
10
know that.
best national anthem songs.
Is there any of those ones that are kind of messed up, or is
There's
it
a
the best?
ton. Christina Aguilera
it's
is
pretty serious. Jennifer Hudson is number 2. Number 3 is Beyonce in 2004.
Okay, hold on.
Gonna
Jennifer
snub
Hudson.
Carl Lewis like
what was
that?
it? What was the event?
Carl Lewis sang the national anthem?
Oh, he
That's the
epically
one-
failed.
Yeah, that's the
Are you
bad
serious?
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't even know that.
Fergie did a bad
Oh,
job too.
Fergie can't sing
Carl
to save her
Lewis,
life.
Fergie, and Roseanne are the bad ones, right?
Roseanne did that on
Ozzy.
purpose.
Ozzy. What? Okay.
No. Did Ozzy sing?
Jennifer
he,
Hudson.
he did like a Take Me Out to the Ball Game or something.
Okay. Jennifer Hudson's. That's number 2 on the Billboard. Is it Super Bowl?
I'm not sure.
Jennifer Hudson's got a killer voice, so I respect her regardless. But Fergie, don't even put her in the same category, please. That's disrespectful. It's beyond. No. And Christina Aguilera, too.
Was Fergie's at the
Oh, can
It was like All-Star game, wasn't it?
NBA All-Star game?
I
To
believe
where-
She can't
Yeah,
sing.
Like, okay, you talk about like in a brawl in basketball, how there's like no divider between the stands, like in the fans and the players. Same as this. Like you're on a basketball court singing the national anthem. Those players are like 6 feet away from you, and the cameras are zoomed in on their faces. They don't even have a
Read the room.
Oh man,
Read
their
the room.
faces, their reactions were
And
priceless.
I didn't feel
on that
bad
one.
for her either. Have you heard her quote? How she said that saying she's not a good singer is because Jesus gave her that talent, and that's going against Jesus.
I'm going
laugh
to
for
give
you.
my PSA about the national anthem, and I'll do it again.
So who's your favorite?
We're going to get to that. I just want to give you
You
my
can't just
PSA
give it
about
up
the
right
national
now?
anthem, and then I'm going to continue to bang this drum
All right.
Thursday or Friday of next
Bang
week.
it out.
Are you cheating?
You're going to be somewhere watching the Super Bowl, everybody. People are going to have a wager on the length of the national anthem, everybody. Do whatever you want. You're not at the event. If by
There we
chance
go. Stand up.
that
sit
you're in a
down.
bar or wherever else, a restaurant,
I agree.
a get together, if by chance the national anthem is on, which it probably will be because you're watching the Super Bowl, do not yell at somebody that you do not know to get up and show respect for the national
Or
anthem.
somebody you
at
do
a-
know.
Or somebody you do know at an event that you're not participating in. And I say this because I've watched it. I know you have as
I've
well.
seen it too.
What are you saying?
I'm saying I've been in a tavern.
Okay.
I'm saying I've had the national anthem on.
If you get too fired up, Jade, let me know. I'll finish
Yeah.
the story.
I'm saying I've had two people minding their own business.
This is bad.
It's bad.
Okay, the whole
you
Kaepernick,
kidding
the whole
me?
Kaepernick thing really,
Oh, it set
really
it off?
catapulted
You
this.
take it over, sir.
Can somebody
But
just
the
bring
thing
it
is,
home?
because we're equally fired up about this, is because it was so bad to witness this. We've seen it a couple times in years past, or someone's like, "Oh, it's cool, sit down." All right,
Who cares?
Those are more like just people just talking smack, whatever. We can handle that. But there was an incident where it was. So this was post Colin Kaepernick nonsense.
God.
So now everyone's. You should stand up. I would always stand up. Blah blah blah. Take your hat up. Put your hand on your heart. Telling everybody else how they should act during something like this. That's not their child.
Free speech
Okay.
is free speech. Do what you want.
I did what my parents taught me, and that's what I still do. That's
Right.
it. I don't do what anybody else told me to do.
But what you respect is not what
Okay,
your neighbor
but
respects.
what they taught me was actually at an event that I was either at and or participating in, not watching it from a home, from a bar, from anywhere else. There were people that were sitting down, enjoying the national anthem, as they normally are. They weren't talking. They weren't being rude. If you want to talk during the national anthem while you're sitting there watching at a bar, all right, that's on you. That's fine. I wouldn't do it, but
Right. I
it's-
don't like
okay,
it,
there's
but I'm
not-
not going to say anything.
Shh, you're at the national anthem. They can't hear you. We're not there. Okay, don't
Right.
don't hold up the flashlight for the kids when you're sitting at the bar. They can't see it. Sorry. And this other patron ridiculed somebody for not standing up. Or, no, for
They
having
called
their,
them
sorry,
out
sorry, sorry,
publicly.
sorry, for having their hat on.
Oh.
Go ahead, take it over.
Okay.
Their hat.
Their
The
hat.
hat.
These
In
two,
a
these two
public place.
people, by the way, who are not like staring at the TV. They're just kind of in their own conversation or
Right.
whatever else. It's like if there was just music on in the background.
Right.
Person across the bar. Hey, take your hat off.
Mind your
Guess
business.
what? These
Free
two people
bird.
These two people are minding their own business. So guess what? The person who's got his stocking cap on doesn't realize that someone's telling him to take his hat off.
Right, because he's busy.
Hey, you over there! Take your hat off. Show some respect. Guy still not.
He has no idea what's
Because
even
guess
going
what?
on.
The guy's to his back. He just thinks a customer's yelling.
Right.
Like, seriously?
Yeah. Then eventually goes up to him. Hey, show some respect. Take your hat off. You should be standing up. Kid's like, what?
No.
What just happened
No.
here? So then, what really turned weird is apparently at the time it's the bar's responsibility to make sure that everyone does their patriotism. So the guy says, "I want to pay my tab. I'm going to pay my tab. I'm getting out of here." And then pays the tab. The person who's with him says, "Yeah, he's really upset. We have," and at the time we were with T-Roy.
Huh?
And the
Oh, you
person,
guys witnessed this.
Oh, we
Yes,
witnessed
yes,
it.
we were there.
And the person says like, the person that's with the person who just stormed out was just like, okay, very upset. We have family members in the military, and like they're explaining the situation to us for no reason really to explain it. And all I just said was okay, and I was like, hey, T-Roy served too. This guy served too. Do you want to say? And Troy's like, yeah, I was fine
Yeah,
with
whatever.
they were standing.
I fought for
And
everybody's right to do whatever they
then
want.
they left. And then they told a story at a different bar about how unpatriotic the people were at the bar where you're at.
That's insane.
Where it comes back, someone's like, "Oh my God, that was you!" We're like, "Yeah," because I mean, we were out later or whatever.
Yeah.
We stayed out and we went to probably this bar and we're like telling the story, like, "Hey,
We
person
just,
really
we,
lost
just,
their mind."
we just stayed out to do some more market research and
yeah,
make sure we
that's it.
That's
got the
ridiculous.
full story.
For some reason, Mark, it sounded like vodka, and I was like nodding head at the
Right,
end.
yeah.
So, yeah, we're doing that.
I mean,
So my PSA is, do whatever you want with it. If
Live
you want
and
to
let live.
stop talking at the table, if you're not if you're not at the event, right? It really
Doesn't
nobody,
matter.
and you shouldn't frown. If you want to stand up,
Do you
and
stand up in your living room when you're watching the game?
don't.
so the fun thing to do with it, I believe it was that person that got ridiculed for not standing up. Now has gone on to, I've seen this person out. And many times we're actually pretty good friends. We will randomly play the national anthem on the
Yes.
jukebox and then yell at everybody for not standing up.
Now, I
The
don't want anyone to
perfect
think that I'm
response
not
to that behavior.
patriotic. I'm not. I am. And I tell everyone the same thing when it came to the Colin Kaepernick and everything else. Do you know why I stand up for the national anthem? Why I cover my heart with my right hand?
Because you were taught to do so.
Because I was taught to do so. That's it.
Same.
That's it. Because my father told me to do it, and his father told me to
It's
do
out
it,
of
and so
respect.
forth. That's all.
Right.
So if you don't want to do it, but I don't look over and
Yeah,
go,
I don't care.
I think I care a little bit in an area where I'm like, just take the hat off. That's all you have to. I don't care. You don't have to
If
cover
you're
your
at
heart.
the event, take your hat off. That's different than if you're at a bar or if you're in in your living room or a friend's living room. It's not the same.
Yeah, I've never been anywhere in like a game's coming on and seen like people stand up.
I
for
will.
the
I will
national
always stand up.
anthem.
I'm a patriot through and through, but at the same time, if I'm at home, I bet you I
Okay,
don't stand
Mark
up.
my words.
Okay, Bob, I'm really glad you said that. So you'll always stand up, and
Always.
I'm not an always stand up kind of guy, unless is it for every game that they air the national anthem?
If I hear it, I stand
Every
up.
game, every game.
If I'm in a public place and it's and I'm
It's
there to
on,
watch
if it's on
that
one TV,
event,
they accidentally have the volume on level 3.
No,
on
no,
one,
no.
Okay,
No, that's
See, that's-
if I'm at
that's
the
what I'm
dentist
saying.
office getting a root canal, I'm not gonna be like, hold on, I have to
That's
stand
what
up.
I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Is,
No,
so
too
always.
far.
So I'm more of a big game. So
Yes,
it's
if I'm there
it's
to watch
NBA
the event,
All-Star game, they typically air the national anthem.
standing
the
up.
Super Bowl, the finals, the World Series.
100%.
You know, I'll stand up.
Yes.
You know, but if I don't stand up,
Yes.
if somebody yells at me, I will laugh.
Oh, I would
will
laugh, too.
Because if I don't feel like standing up, who knows why I'm not standing up?
Well, and what people forget is that you have the right to sit down.
I'm also
and-
not
and
at the game.
You have the right to do whatever you want.
Well, in a bar too. I mean, that's on one TV,
Okay.
but the TV next to it's got something else. Who's
Right.
to, like
NASCAR.
I don't know that that's necessarily going on.
Hey,
I'm
what are
paying
you
attention to
watching?
what I'm paying attention to.
I'm sorry, I'm watching Chive TV over here. I don't.
People need to
I
mind their own
realize that
business.
This is on. Okay, now there stand up. Now do I have to take my hat off?
Mind your business.
I'm not at the game. What do I?
What
why'd I
this
have to
dude
take
is
my hat
doing
off?
over at this
I
table is
might.
none of
You know
your
what?
business.
50-50, I take my hat off. Who knows? Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. Hand over my heart. I'm not at the game. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. If I'm at the game, I know what I'm going to do.
Stand up.
I love
all day.
Brebner on the Facebook comment thread. You un-American
see.
commies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And that's
okay.
the thing. Like that should be a prop bet. Is somebody going to get yelled at? By the way, that's a yes is at
You know what is this?
minus 10 million to 1 that somebody somewhere is going to yell at someone in a public place
yeah.
about the
Okay,
that's
That's just great. And, Jay, this really takes me back to one of our very first.
gets me going.
It takes me back. It pumps me up. One of our Bomber, you might have been there. This is one of our very first season-ending bags tournaments,
I was probably there.
and we played the national anthem.
Did I sing it?
No, we played it on the jukebox and
Unwanted, I mean.
I think it was probably Kelly Clarkson on the jukebox
Oh, okay.
doing the national anthem, and everybody. This is before the championship match, I believe.
Okay.
Or no, that would have been way too late. This is before the tournament started. We made everybody in the league. So we're talking like 30 guys and girls in this bags league stand outside and be quiet while we play the national anthem.
I think I remember that. I do remember that.
Do we have an over/under on Demi Lovato on the national anthem?
Not
I
yet.
think she's gonna go
still,
over.
Still working on it.
Well, it's roughly usually around 2 minutes. The ones I'm seeing on her, like I have one pulled up now. She's at a baseball game.
Let me look mine up. Can I look mine up
She's
real quick?
just over 2 minutes, but roughly they're usually around 2 minutes.
All right, I'm looking mine up right now. I'm not going to play it. Mine was 1 minute and 47 seconds at the playoffs.
That's pretty quick.
Because I was so nervous. That's probably why it was, it was short.
It's at the very first. Oh, it's not breath or anything
But
like
these
that.
are professional singers. I am far from that. But they know how to, and they've got the echo too, so it's not the same. They've got that feedback. So
No,
you've got
the echo doesn't count.
No, but they've got that in their ears, what
Oh,
I'm
sure.
saying, in their in-ear monitor. So they take a longer time to sing it because they've got to wait for that feedback to start the next verse.
There was a problem last year because on the Brave, they carried it, took a breath, and kind of added another syllable to the Brave. And then so because it goes till the very
Brave.
last. Yeah, it's brave. Hey.
Sing it.
And so they had to pay one sports book paid the under and paid the over, paid them both. Because actually, to be honest with you, if anyone wants to yell at somebody about the national anthem, you can yell at me. Get off your phone because I'm timing it. I time it every year because I won't. I'd like to. You put it out there. The overhit. You go on social media. Overhit everybody.
Sure.
Say.
All right. Most sports books currently have the over/under set at 2 minutes.
Yeah, I told you.
Betting the over generally
under.
sets a new
You're right. That
lower
was short.
payout. Okay, so last 10.
All right. I like this research. Now we're talking.
Extensive research. All of my resources.
Now we're talking.
Okay. Performance times for the last 10 Super Bowl national anthems. Pink.
Under.
1 minute 53 seconds.
I thought for sure that was going over.
Wait, 1 minute and 53?
Uh-huh.
Because she
Okay.
was in her home state. I thought for sure.
Is the over under always 2?
No,
I mean,
it's right around 2. And it varies, like I said, because of previous years and, like I said, location's a big one too. Luke Bryan, 204.
Oh, over. I would have bet under.
Let's just say they're all at 2 just for right now, okay?
Okay.
You give the artist.
Okay, got
and
it.
then
Two's
we'll do it.
average.
So we'll just say right now it's 2, though. Okay.
And I do have the longest and shortest in there too, obviously. So
Okay.
Next, Lady Gaga.
Oh, over.
Yeah, I'd say over.
I want to, but I feel like
She's a
I
show
feel like
off.
I have inside,
Over. She's
inside
killer,
knowledge.
but she's
Over, though.
over.
Over is correct. 209. Ooh. Idina Menzel.
I have
let
no
it
idea
go.
who that is.
Under.
Over.
I've listened to. Yeah.
I'm going to say male singers are under and female singers are over.
There's mostly female here. I think the rest are female. She's over at 204.
There, I'm gonna be over. Told ya.
Renee Fleming.
Over. Last name Fleming. She's got.
I don't even
She's
know
got
who
to
that
clear her
is.
throat.
Can somebody help me who Renee Fleming is?
I'll find out who all these people are. I can only look up so many things at a
Renee
time.
Fleming sang in the Super Bowl,
Yes.
and that's
Because
not. All right.
She's got to be like Broadway or something. That's why we're not familiar.
I'm going
She
to say
was on-
under.
She was from Hamilton.
Whoa.
See, I don't know anything.
It's my hometown.
What?
Hamilton.
No, the show on Broadway, Hamilton. It's like now the only show on Broadway.
She's an opera singer.
I told ya.
Under. Oh no, that's got to be over, right?
Oh.
Yeah, opera singer. Over. You guys got a guess? Is it just me?
I said over.
Oh, Adam.
Oh, I said under, but that was before I knew
Under's
she was an
correct.
opera
Good
singer.
job.
How? I have to hear this version.
All right. This next person, she's actually a famous singer.
Oh, good.
She's you guys might have heard some of her. Her name's Alicia Keys.
Who?
Oh yeah. That's an over.
Yeah.
She probably even played. She had the piano with her too. That's over. I don't know why I just did my.
It is the longest of all
Yeah,
time.
I'd say over.
2 minutes and 35 seconds.
Wow.
Dang. See when? Okay, so
I don't want to disrespect the national
You
anthem
can't-
by
yeah.
mimicking how Alicia Keys might sing it, but it was almost comical. But she did. It was really good. It was good. All right. Next one. Also another famous singer. You've heard of the rest of them. Kelly Clarkson.
Kelly Clarkson.
Oh, Kelly Clarkson.
I need some more wax.
Under.
Over.
Under.
No.
Under is correct, and
Yeah.
she was the shortest of all time.
You know why? Country. She's country.
1 minute and 34
Don't
seconds.
look at me like that.
Country.
She is super country. She's married to Reba McEntire's son.
That doesn't mean anything.
It means everything. I bet Reba was like, "Don't you ever go over? Don't you ever go over?
I have one piece of advice.
Tell you what.
Before you do
Don't
this.
go over."
By the way, she probably wasn't married at the time.
you
dude.
what.
Yeah. Well,
And Reba's
before
putting
you
money
go
down
on the
on it.
biggest stage, come here, darling. Before you go on the biggest stage you're ever going to go
listen
on
here, little lady.
in front of millions
Listen to
of
me.
people.
Listen to me. If you do anything in this life, you listen to me.
I said,
Solid.
Kelly, here's your one chance. Kelly, don't let me down, which is a Reba McEntire song reference.
Yes, I got it.
You got to go under. Don't go over. Go under. For the shortest, and you should be the shortest of all time.
All right, next one's
Yep.
going to be, this is a good one here.
Okay.
Christina Aguilera.
Over.
Yeah, that's got to be over.
Way over.
Yeah, I'm going over.
She
too.
does that.
Whatever that just was, I'm going over with that.
Who
Yeah.
did that?
That was,
Is that
it
you?
wasn't me.
It's like Quagmire.
That's what she sounds like.
Giggity, giggity. 1 minute 54 seconds for the
No way.
Damn.
All
See,
right.
she talked to Reba too. She told her what to keep it under.
2 more here. Carrie Underwood.
Over.
Well, wait a minute.
You should have stuck.
Under.
Should have stuck with your theory.
I said
You just
over.
said over.
I
And
said
you
over.
said she's country, so she
She's
went
not
under.
country. American Idol made her country. That girl is not country.
Beg to differ. If
I
you're
will
going to sit there
arm
and say,
wrestle
hold on
you
a second.
over this.
You're going to say that Kelly Clarkson's country, but Carrie Underwood isn't.
Absolutely, because Kelly Clarkson's more naturally country in Kelly Clarkson, or no, what's her face? Carrie Underwood
American Idol, first ever winner, Kelly Clarkson.
is more country than Carrie Underwood naturally, absolutely 100%. Carrie Underwood was forced to be, she didn't go into American Idol being country, she came out country. She went in singing rock, and then that's what they do. They put you into this machine, and they spit you out the way they want you.
They put you into this machine.
They're gonna, you're a moneymaker.
Okay.
She's killing it. I'm not saying she's not good. She's great, but she didn't go in as a country singer. She came out as a country singer. Now she's
So you say over, I say under.
over.
Adam?
Under.
Over.
Which one are we on?
He's lost
Things going over
interest.
here.
Yeah.
Carrie Underwood is under 1 minute
She's
47
country.
seconds.
Darn it.
Oh, that's short.
Yeah.
Okay, last one.
Yes.
Jennifer Hudson.
Over.
Over.
Second best of all time.
Over, because she's
According to
soul.
Billboard.
She's all soul.
According to Billboard.
Well, Whitney Houston is over.
Well, she should be. I
So,
want to listen
if
to her
she's number
sing.
2, it's
also
over.
dead.
The number 2. She is.
over.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, really?
You get
my
your
gosh,
first.
she's not.
Too soon?
You get the first all right of the week. All right.
No, you said it in like the top of the hour. You don't even realize you do it sometimes.
She's
I
every
don't,
woman.
yeah.
It's all in me. Stop it.
It's over. It's over. If it's number 2 of all time,
It's
it's over.
totally over.
Correct. It's 2 minutes and 10 seconds.
Those
which
soul
makes
singers,
it
man, they go over.
The second longest.
Oh,
out of the
God.
last 10.
Well,
So.
I did not expect we were going to go down the rabbit hole of national anthems.
I could go deeper.
That's fine.
Shut up, Bomber.
I didn't even say anything. You see how they treat me?
Grease,
You saw I left the door open.
Yeah.
They want to fight later. It's all good.
With all due respect to the Whitney Houston one, and it is fantastic.
It's the best of the best ever,
It
ever,
just
ever.
really, really, really.
Okay, want to know
Grinds my
what else I
gears.
could do, Jay?
What could you do?
I could also go into Demi Lovato's national anthem history.
Oh, because I had the YouTube. So let me get. Do they give you an average? Hold on, because I want to guess.
I could figure out an average. There's 4 of them.
I think
had the
she
date, the time, the
averages over
events, the
2 minutes
locations.
already. I really believe she averages over 2 minutes already.
Is this pre-rehab or
That's
post-rehab?
incorrect, Jay.
No, it's
Doesn't make a
not.
difference.
Yes, it is. I'm gonna figure it out real quick here. Hang on.
I think it would. I honestly think it does. And I'm not kidding.
What?
Pre-rehab or post-rehab? I think that will make a difference. Is she on speed when she sings it, or is she sober?
Well, she's sober now.
Okay, so longer. But before, she might have been under.
What would an addiction to anything change it to under?
She took
Gotta get off the field,
She
man.
took
Go get
speed.
your tickets.
Okay.
She's going to be faster.
I put it just by sight on doing YouTube and put in Demi Lovato Star Spangled Banner. You have to do with the introduction. They're all over 2 minutes, but maybe the introduction.
That doesn't count. It doesn't count until she starts singing.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the time of the video, and I'm trying to think, it's about 5 seconds here and there. So I think the average is probably at about 2:02 that she has.
Okay.
I'll have that for you in just a moment here, Jay.
But he
you
has-
really,
he
you really
has-
get
he
down to
says-
brass tacks there, don't you? You get down to the second. Like, you don't mess around.
You do your studying. Don't you want to make money off of this?
I do make
We
money.
need to send people down to.
But I don't make money off of guessing how long Demi Lovato sings.
Well, this is what prop bets do. This is the craziest time of the year.
Ever.
Ever? Why?
No.
And I tell you what.
You know why? Because when I sing it, it was 1 minute and 47 seconds, so I'm going to fail every time because I have no idea what it's supposed to be.
And so you're just the measuring bar from there. It
For
should be
myself,
right,
just
yeah.
because I've sing it many, many, many times.
My favorite part about this, though, Bomber, is you're going to be watching the Super Bowl, and the national anthem's going to come on. You're going to go, gosh, darn it all. Did anyone time that? Like, in the middle of it.
Yes,
you're-
you
it's-
are correct. Now I'm going to be upset
Full
about it.
respect.
Thanks.
Full
I have to bet
respect.
now.
Not saying a single word. Hand over heart, and in your brain, you're going, I hope someone's timing this.
No, I'm going to be cursing your name, Jay, is what
Yeah,
I'm
there
going to
you
be
go.
doing.
What's the average?
1 minute and 57 seconds is our
I'm
average.
off by 5 seconds.
Okay.
All right. So I would assume Vegas probably is putting that 159, just to throw people off and get people to bet the over.
That's going to be good.
I think Vegas is probably going to set the over under at 159. Because then
I think the over's
everyone,
the easy there. You're already that close.
Okay, what is this?
3 more
beer?
seconds
So here,
on big stage.
it'll actually just take me like less than a minute here. Time me. National anthem, 2008 at the Seahawks Cowboys game here, week 13.
It was Demi Lovato.
This is all Demi Lovato. 1 minute 53 seconds.
All right.
2011, Cardinals versus Rangers World Series Game 5 in Arlington, Texas. 1 minute 49 seconds. 2015, Royals versus Mets World Series Game 4 in Queens. 1 minute 58 seconds. And then the only one she went over on was in 2017, Mayweather versus McGregor in Vegas was 2 minutes 11 seconds.
You know why?
Quite the difference there.
She went
for
over?
her last one. So that was the most recent one. Was 2 minutes 11 seconds. Fast
Sober. You
Back
might be
that.
onto something.
Sober.
Sober.
Hypothetical
Said you wanna go
situation.
to rehab. I said no.
Hypothetical situation.
Yes, I'm listening.
You're to sing the national anthem.
I've done it. Yes.
Somewhere there's a line on over under.
Uh-huh.
Do you risk your artistic integrity
Hell yes. Don't
Bye.
even finish the question.
by letting 3 friends that might be sitting in the studio with you right now
100%.
by saying like, hey, boys,
I'm throwing that song like you wouldn't.
get the over, go to the local book and hammer that over.
Absolutely. I would
We're
tell
all
them,
cashing in.
bet under. I got you.
But what?
Artistic, whatever. Integrity, I'm not. Yes,
Over.
I'm going to
But
throw
I would
it.
say then just take a little bit longer. Like you soak it in, like you just take the moment.
Oh, are they
like,
betting on over? Then
Yeah.
I'm dragging
No.
that out.
You're the singer.
Of course, yeah.
And
yeah.
the book's already out. All right.
Okay,
So
okay.
let's just say if you said you're at 147, the book's like, okay, they say, okay, we're gonna put it at 149.
Okay.
And you say, and we go, which should we bet? Just and you just say like, just to be smart, you should probably bet the over. Because what happens in the middle of one?
I'm gonna hold
what
land at
like
the
a bug
frame.
goes down your throat, and you're like. And the clock's still going. So we got it. So now you've got to just hold a note a little bit, like a
I can do
dramatic
that.
pause. Yeah. So I think the over, if you're going to rig it, the over is the way to go. And
One
see
what I
everyone
what
ready
I
to
would
go.
love to see. I would love to see the home of the brave. Oh boy!
When you said that,
Yeah, and if, for those out there listening, right, if you
little
looked at
look
his
at the
watch
watch
as you were saying the break,
2:01.
yeah,
Done.
and then all of a sudden, yeah, everyone loses their mind. Sports books everywhere.
Boy, there's nothing illegal against that whatsoever.
yeah. If my friends were betting on the over, I'd throw it.
They get banned for
Hold on.
life from
Did you,
singing
at the
national
145 minute mark, someone's in the back banging on a trash can at the Miami Super Bowl.
All of a sudden, Demi Lovato goes.
What if she just goes up there like the old Micro Machines guy, just like blah, 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 like under done.
Because this is the
Hot
one.
dogs, early light.
27 seconds, we're done.
This legitimately is the one that has the most control by one person.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would drag it out. I could hold that note 5 seconds. No problem. If my friends bet, I'd be like, bet 250,000. Bet your house. Take out your mortgage.
You just
got
listed
you.
Bet the farm.
Bet
You just
the
listed
whole
the
farm.
the last 10 Super Bowl national anthem singers, right?
I can't believe I found all that so
but it wasn't.
fast.
But it wasn't like
God bless
it
the
wasn't
internet.
duplicates. So if you're Demi Lovato,
Right.
you're not risking much because they're not asking you to do it again.
Yeah.
Just go
Or
ahead and
not-
go make
not-
some money.
Not in 10 years at least.
Why wouldn't you?
But
If they paid her, why don't you just put it all on?
But she did World Series. She did this. She did a regular season game. She did boxing. So
There's no line
did Justin
on
Bieber.
any of those. There's no.
Right?
There might be lines on there, but not nearly as. It's not nearly
She
going to
could
be
be
as bad.
blowing her chance for the halftime show next year.
Okay, that's fair.
there you go. See other performances.
No,
I don't
actually,
think so.
don't they have to pay to do the halftime show anymore? Doesn't like
They
the
do not.
artists
They
have
do
to?
not. They do not get paid for this. They get like basically all their amenities.
Is that for real?
That's for real. They don't get
I
paid for
hate
halftime
the
shows.
halftime show.
Yeah, I literally thought like a couple years ago, like whenever Bruno Mars did it, I thought that he had to like pay.
No,
to
he
get
doesn't
that.
have to pay. This is true, Jay. They do not get paid to do this. What they get paid for, or what they get taken care of, is all of their expenses. So their hotels, the setup, the trailer, all the booze
Can you go to the
and
Super Bowl?
green M&Ms that you want. You know, whatever it is that they have on their list, that all gets taken care of. But they do not get paid a dime to do the halftime show, or the national anthem.
I didn't know that.
It's publicity and they're usually touring and they're
It is
usually starting a new
publicity-
album. It's publicity.
out the yin yang
Yeah,
because
'cause they're
everybody talks about or can look up
Who
who did the
that?
halftime show of
Absolutely.
this.
Yeah. It's bragging rights and all that. And they're usually
of all years for a wardrobe malfunction, Jay.
Yeah.
Come on.
But
could it have been anybody else?
Come on.
Because there was a lot of people that are turning it down last year, and a lot of people were saying like it's the whole the Colin Kaepernick thing. And
Oh, God.
In reality, yeah, I know Obama, we can talk about it, but in reality, people, it's their time, and I get that all their expenses are paid for, but it's still their time and everything. And it's Bobby Ray Bunch says the best thing when someone goes, but it's good exposure, and he goes, yeah, I can get sun exposure all the time. It's not good exposure. I know
He shouldn't though, because he's a
No,
redhead.
but these people
But
are
you know what
usually
I'm saying?
starting a new tour.
But
They're
maybe
usually
they,
on
yeah,
tour.
maybe they just
starting
said
a
like, I
tour.
don't want to spend our time doing it, like, and doing a halftime show, but then they like, oh, they turned it down because they had Colin Kaepernick.
I would do it if I was an artist, a professional artist, just because it's something it goes on in history forever.
Yeah.
It's never gone, you know. So I get it. I get why they would.
I just think this is the one where you just kind of.
Do you hear that, NFL? Give me a call.
Well, and you did your national anthem at the Riverbands, right?
Riverbands playoffs, yeah, 6,000 people.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be trying out more people.
Yeah,
You don't even need to try out. You just
I
submit
did.
that.
Well, no, they actually asked me. They called me and asked me to do it.
I know, but I'm saying like every year they always like, oh, we have open tryouts.
Yeah,
For people come in and be like, I'm
I actually
trying out.
covered for the Blackhawks singer. Who's that gentleman that sings for the Blackhawks, the Chicago Blackhawks?
That guy's famous.
He's super famous, and he actually was supposed to do the national anthem the day that I did it, and he canceled last minute. So the GM called me and was like, "Hey, can you do it?" And I was like, "Yeah, no pressure. You know, I'm just gotta fill in for this cat that's super famous in Chicago and nationwide." But I did, and I did all right. It wasn't the best ever. It wasn't, it wasn't Whitney Houston, Jay.
Seems Jim Corneliuson.
Yes, that's who I covered for. I was his understudy.
Huh.
Pretty cool though. My whole family was there.
He's
It was
a big
awesome.
dude too.
He's like 6'6".
Yeah, it was awesome. We had a suite. They hooked us up. The Mallards took care of us. It was fun.
All right, we have to take our first break of the second hour. We're in studio with Adam from Front Street Brewery. Bomber's in for T-Roy. Serge is going to read you a promo. He's also on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread. We will be back in just a few minutes.
Hey, Bomber.
Yeah.
For nearly 12 years, Pints has been providing the Quad Cities with some of the best beer, drinks, and good times around.
I know that's right.
Join them Monday through Friday for a happy hour from 3 to 6 and enjoy complimentary Vans Pizza at 5 p.m.
Ooh.
Stop in any day of the week for one of their daily specials. That's
will.
Pints at 5268 Utica Ridge Road in Davenport.
Delicious.
And that was the last Front Street Friday for Bomber.
This is Brian Rothenberger, radio guy for the Quad City Storm. You are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
Use the power of the sun to take your utility bill down to zero with Century Electric and Solar of the Quad Cities. Locally owned, Century Electric is the only solar company in the Quad Cities that is 100% local from start to finish. Increase the value of your home, decrease or eliminate your utility bill, and take advantage of rebates and incentives to make solar even more affordable than ever. Call today for your free energy analysis, 563-285-5611, or visit CenturyElectricQC.com. Century Electric and Solar of the Quad Cities.
From local to global, ESPN 1170 has you covered. Your Quad City sports show is here for you. Don't hassle us, we're local with your favorite foursome, T-Roy, J-Bird, Surge, and you. Weekdays noon to 2 on the Quad City sports leader. ESPN 1170 AM wants you to be an insider. Get access to great contests at ESPN1170am.com. Brought to you by Necker's Jewelers, where the Quad Cities gets engaged. From the Quad City sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
And now an old classic commercial from Mark Brenny.
Excuse me.
Hey, this is the ladies' room, you freak!
Sorry, ma'am. We just sold this bike here.
So why do you have motorcycles in the bathroom?
Well, you see, Brenny's just received the new Suzuki motorcycles and ATVs that have been on order and are finally here. Along with all the parts and new Suzuki accessories, there's just no space left. Just a few short years ago, we built a 20,000 square foot showroom. And now with all this new inventory, we don't have squat for room. Excuse the pun.
Very funny. Hey, you know I do like this new Suzuki motorcycle.
You should see the GSXRs we got in the men's bathroom, or the 1200 Bandit, or the Marauder that we keep down in the wine cellar. Come to think of it, I've never been in the ladies' bathroom before. Wow, look at all the latex vending machines you got in here.
That's Playtex.
Yuck, now I gotta go.
Bernie's Motorcycle Clinic in Bettendorf across from Alcoa. Almost.
The Circle Tap in Davenport is your place to catch the big game on February 2nd. Watch the championship game on one of their 16 flat-screen TVs or relax on the heated patio. Enjoy $2 domestic cans, $7 big-ass Bloody Marys, and cash giveaways every quarter. Plus, one lucky winner will walk away with $100 at the end of the game. Soak up your booze with $6 pulled pork sandwiches and fries, or grab a rack of Circle Tap's world-famous ribs. Enjoy great food, great drinks, and great friends during the big game at the Circle Tap, West Locust Street, Davenport.
Back by popular demand, Gobo Productions presents One Night of Queen. Since forming in 2002, Gary Mullen and the Works have performed to sellout audiences all over the world. And now they're back in the USA for a brand new tour. One Night of Queen is a spectacular live concert recreating the look, sound, and showmanship of arguably the greatest rock band of all time. You'll hear classic Queen numbers including We Will Rock You, Fat Bottom Girls, Another One Bites the Dust, Bohemian Rhapsody, and We Are the Champions. One Night of Queen, performed by Gary Mullen and the Works. This show will rock you.
Coming to the TextLayer Center March 18th. Tickets are on sale now at the TextLayer Center box office and Ticketmaster.com. Presented by Town Square Media.
The Circle Tap in Davenport is your place to catch the big game on February 2nd. Watch the championship game on one of their 16 flat-screen TVs or relax on the heated patio. Enjoy $2 domestic cans, $7 big-ass Bloody Marys, and cash giveaways every quarter. Plus, one lucky winner will walk away with $100 at the end of the game. Soak up your booze with $6 pulled pork sandwiches and fries, or grab a rack of Circle Tap's world-famous ribs. Enjoy great food, great drinks, and great friends during the big game at the Circle Tap, West Locust Street, Davenport.
From the Sheedy Family Chiropractic Studios, this is the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM, KPOB, Davenport.
It's 1:26 in the afternoon on a Friday, January 24th, 2020. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local here on ESPN 1170 AM, brought to you by Dunright TV and Security Solutions. Dunright's down at the Rod and Custom Show. If you guys want to go out there and say hi to Kelly, tell him that we sent you there. Thank you for listening on ESPN 1170, watching and leaving comments on the Harrington's Pub on Facebook Live and the ESPN 1170 AM app and ESPN1170am.com. Last night I got to go over to the West High Gym and call a meet between the Future Falcon Wrestling Club and North Scott Wrestling Club. Again, just like in here, some problems at the beginning, some wrestling with technology, but me and Delph got to call it. So, former West wrestler. I want you guys to take a pause on all the baseball purists out there who are very upset with anybody who didn't, the one person who didn't vote Derek Jeter into the Hall of Fame. There was one. Just one person.
Always got to be one.
So he didn't get unanimous.
Always one.
If you really want something to be upset about, just look back in history of the Baseball Writers Association of America. 58 years ago today, Jackie Robinson became the first African American elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame. Now, we've talked about the Baseball Hall of Fame and the entire way, the process, how it gets in there, and you have to have 75% of the vote to get in. Obviously, the amount of votes change as years go on and everything else. But 58 years ago today, Jackie Robinson became the first African American elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame, receiving 77.5% of the vote.
Dang.
The man who broke the color barrier.
That's right.
Only cleared the 75% by 2.5. So if we're going to be upset about the one person, let's take it easy, because there was how bad baseball writers were back then. Just for an example, Bob Feller, no disrespect to Bob Feller, received 93.8 of the votes. He was 266 and 162 in a career. He won one World Series in 18 seasons. No disrespect to Bob Feller. He got 93.8% of the votes to get in the Hall of Fame. Jackie Robinson got 77.5.
That's politics.
In this day and age, and now we're still mad about one person who didn't vote in, who didn't make Derek Jeter unanimous. No, there are people out there that want to know who the one person is.
Get over yourselves.
Exactly. Good call. We're gonna talk about something real quick, Bomber. You and I talked about this off the air, but it's interesting because earlier we talked about the Aaron Hernandez. Earlier in the week we talked about the Aaron Hernandez documentary.
Correct.
And we discussed also about it's not entitlement is the word. What is it like on campus and on college campuses? It's the athlete has the benefit of the doubt, or he's the big man on campus.
It's
or
cover up. It's cover up. It's the athletic directors. It's all of them. It's all of that. Actually, I just we talked about this. Why don't you preface what we're talking about so that I can look this up real quick?
Okay. The problem is if you look at something, and it just came out yesterday from the USA Today, and it's a flowchart in an article about. Oh, I'm sorry. Last month USA Today published it, but it's actually getting a lot more traffic now. The USA Today published a wide-ranging investigation that examined how college athletes move from school to school and continue to play sports even after being found responsible for sexual assault.
Yes.
So basically how the flowchart starts is a D1 athlete is accused of sexual misconduct. There's a criminal investigation or campus disciplinary proceeding. They go down everything that goes through there, and it all leads to the same thing.
Right. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It all leads to the same thing, that they are cleared to play NCAA sports.
Right.
The one thing that the NCAA is losing...
I got you. My bad. Sorry, not to make light of the situation.
The NCAA routinely punishes student athletes for getting bad grades or accepting free meals, we've talked about, or getting money to send their girlfriends to the Rose Bowl. But nowhere in its 440-page rule book does it cite penalties for sexual violence.
Right.
And I think what we were talking about with Aaron Hernandez is just that, when he was on campus, it wasn't a big deal for him to think that he should be given free things or get away with things.
But they are taught and they are programmed to think that they can get away with things because they do get away with things.
And the problem is I think that it's just too easy as long as you...
You're bringing money in to the school. You're bringing money onto campus. The sports is the number one. It's proven. It's the number one income. It's the number one profitability for any college is sports. So what are they going to do? They're gonna protect their profit. Who's their profit? Their profit are their athletes. So if they're accused of anything, any wrongdoing, any sexual assault, any criminal activity, they're going to do everything they can to cover it up, to hide it, to keep that profit coming in to their campus.
Or say that they've done enough investigation that there was nothing found.
And they'll call it. Okay, we talked about this. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt, but there's a documentary called The Hunting Ground.
Okay.
And I asked you if you've seen it before, and you haven't. And I believe it's a documentary. You can see it on Netflix. It's an actual documentary made about college athletes and all the accusations that are made and how many of them are actually covered up per year. We hear about 2 or 3 every year, but there are literally hundreds that don't leak to the media. And why? Because everybody's going to cover their number one moneymaker. They're or number 2 moneymaker.
Yeah.
So on and so on. So yeah, it's a huge thing. And it's sad. It's just as far as but it's society, supply and demand. So it's society's fault. We're responsible for this because we don't want to hear it. We want to see these athletes as the best and they don't do anything wrong and cover it up. We don't want to hear it. And when we do,
I disagree.
Now it's turning a corner,
okay.
I think.
I think it's one of those things, to be honest with you, for as much fun as we have in here and everything else, it's a topic that's just kind of like, ugh.
Well, people don't stand up. Yeah, because it's real.
I mean, I can tell you, again, if we refer to things like when we were just doing this as a podcast in the middle of a bar and we wanted to talk about the Michigan State thing. And I remember the day, I remember saying, like, we need to talk about this. Like, it's not being talked on ESPN. I just saw this on the Today Show this morning. I've been reading this. We need to talk about it. And I do remember someone saying, like, I don't want to talk about it. It was a guess. He's like, I don't want to talk about this on the show. It's a downer. And I was like, I feel like we should.
But it's
and
real.
then the next day we did, and then it blew up after that. And I was like, you know what? From here on out, like, maybe we should just, everyone, you kind of have to poke at things and say, like, something's not right. And the idea that no matter what you do, that you can just transfer before any charges come up, and they just want to sweep it under the rug. And
They do.
And Penn State's doing the same thing a second time with allegations of the hazing and going
They do
on
it
with
with
the football
coaches
team.
and professors and everything else too. They do it with everybody. It's politics. Politics are involved in, and at the same time, though, to play devil's advocate, you have women who accuse these top athletes of things that they don't do. So you have that other side of it too. And what I think will solve that problem is giving them the time of the crime that they accuse somebody of. So if I accuse you of sexual assault, I should get 5 to 8 years or whatever the time allotted for that crime would be. No false accusations should go unpunished, and they do. But at the same time, accusations that are true and they have proof should not be covered up either or swept under the rug. There needs to be more attention to both sides of the coin, if you see what I'm saying.
No, I see what you're saying. I'm just trying to figure out the whole when someone's wrongfully accused.
It happens all the time.
Yeah,
It
someone
happens
may
all
have
the time.
perjured themselves on the stand or given false witness, or
Yep.
and then when it's finally overturned,
Yep.
is there a statute of limitations for the person who?
I think it's 8 years, I believe.
I'm saying for the person who maybe perjured themselves. You're saying you should, if you give false witness or false accusation, you should do the same time. Is there a statute of limitations?
There shouldn't be. Absolutely not. I think that if you accuse a man of assault and it comes to fruition that you weren't a victim, you should do the time of the crime that you accused him of. It's crap, man. And it happens all the time. And having a son, and you have a son, and anybody who has a son, I don't know for a fact, but my son's 5, but he'll play sports, and God forbid he's amazing at it, and he's going to gain notoriety, and he's going to gain publicity, and that crosses my mind. And then women are going to see that, and they're going to see a payday, or they're going to see an in. And that happens. It happens with politicians. That happens with athletes. That happens with everybody. Okay. So as soon as it is proven that it never happened, the false accusator does the time for the crime that they falsely accused the person of doing. That will stop, at least not maybe halt or slow down the false accusations.
Some repercussions for a false accusation.
100%, and it happens all the time.
That's the thing, is the false accusation has to be proven though too. It can't just be a
burden of proof is on the accuser.
It's just a weird.
But it happens. But also, what does happen is
it
that
absolutely happens. Right now, there is no real repercussion for a false accusation unless it's proven fact,
and it's
that
minimal
somebody lied
at best.
or something, so.
There was a woman in England that just got she claimed 11 men sexually assaulted her on a soccer team, and she got like 8 months. 8 months. What is that? 3 months with good behavior?
When she could have ruined the lives.
She
of 11
did
other people.
ruin the lives, because how much did they suffer because of these accusations?
Yeah, you don't come back from that.
You don't ever come back from that. You're always somebody's gonna always
There's
have a
always
raised
gonna be the cloud
eyebrow.
of doubt.
Yes,
It's always gonna be there.
absolutely, 100%. Just like that, on the other side of the fence, men are taking advantage of women, and they think they haven't. Just like, no, I'm not saying Aaron Hernandez did this, but I'm saying with that clout and that notoriety and that sense of
entitlement.
Yeah, exactly. This does happen, and like I said, that documentary, check it out. It shows you how often this does happen, and it's covered up, swept under the rug. Same thing in the military. It happens all the time. It's scary.
Yeah. And when it is covered up, then it leads people to believe that they can just get away with anything.
Absolutely, it gives them that golden ticket, like I'm untouchable.
Yeah, and somebody messaged today. They were like, "Oh, I'm watching I'm gonna start watching The Circle after I get done with the Hernandez documentary." And that's what I said. The same thing that I've been telling you guys, that I'm like, this is just the perfect mix of ingredients for the most craziest cocktail disaster ever. And I don't know. I guess I just didn't do too much diving into the Aaron Hernandez story. But one of the things that we did talk about was being on campus and how they got away with what the little things that he got away with, but he carried that over into everything else. And it doesn't look like that's NCAA needs. If there's 440 pages of things that you do that can get you suspended, kicked out of the NCAA, and the least that's really never mentioned is sexual assault, the changes need to happen.
Changes definitely need to happen on campus. I think people need to be held more responsible. But one thing that needs to change is funding. The funding shouldn't come primarily from sporting teams or just how they just got in trouble for this for paying the recruits. What just happened with that?
No, California wants to pay. What do you mean pay recruits?
They're actually bribing children, high schoolers, to go to their college.
Oh, yeah. Oh, come on.
It
They've been
happens
doing
all the
that
time.
for years.
Get them
Yeah, they've been doing that
cars
for
and
years.
houses and
Yeah.
stuff like that. There
Sure,
used to be
sure,
a tighter
sure.
lip on
Yeah.
that. And they're
That happened in Memphis or whatever they said or whatever else. And
Right.
God, they've fallen off. That's a brutal story.
Yeah.
But you said funding. Where do you think the revenue is going to come from outside of sports? I mean, no one's going to go.
quit getting rid of other programs, and it's not going to ever supersede sports.
What do you mean?
Ever.
Stop getting rid of other programs?
They've gotten rid of so many. Since my daughter's been in school, they got rid of music. They got rid of. There's no home economics. There's no woodshop. There's no.
But you were talking college, though.
It doesn't matter. It starts here and then it goes. It trickles. It's trickle effect, and everything is eliminating anything that doesn't bring in revenue. Is my point. Public schooling is getting rid of everything that doesn't necessarily bring in enough money. As an educator, I'm sure you saw a little bit of that.
Yeah, but in other words, where I didn't, I guess, but like the
band, they got rid of band.
They didn't get rid of band.
In a lot of schools, they did.
Not. The band is at its all-time
You
highest
are
it's
so
ever
full of
been.
it.
Like
in
the band, have
elementary
you
school,
been-
they got rid of band.
Band it gets introduced at like at 10 in fourth grade, and they're like, "Hey, come here." And this is a racket. The band part is a racket at about age 10. Come here. Here's an instrument, or here, let me see your hands, or how big you are. Oh, you could do the saxophone. Go home and tell your parents. And then they're like, I want to play the saxophone. You're like, no, you really don't. I'm like, yeah, and it's a whole racket.
But you do.
But the band is bigger than it's ever been.
It's
I'm
not.
telling you.
That's false.
Bomber, go to a high school game. There are
I'm
more.
not talking about high
there
school.
are
I'm talking
more-
about in elementary school. There's no band at my daughter's school, and there used to be. There is not anymore. It's been eliminated. It doesn't
That's because
bring,
they don't want to. They would bust them up to like the middle school.
because
whatever
it
else.
doesn't bring in funding.
The band
It costs more money.
is bigger than
Okay.
it's ever been.
Maybe
right
in
now.
high school.
Yes, you got.
We're
to
talking
see-
high school.
Go to a football
But how do you
game.
get a child
That
interested in
drum
high school?
line-
You're 14 years
that
old.
drum
You're not
line
going to
is
start
pulling
playing.
more people around them for some reason excited at like halftime for them to bang on the drum. Then they go nuts for it. And
Okay,
it's been going on
great.
forever.
But I'm not going to start playing the French horn at 14 years old. I'm going to start at 9 when I don't know it's nerdy.
Just don't start playing the French horn.
Why?
Hey,
There's
I
a
played
start.
the French horn.
Why?
Yeah, I did.
I have no idea what
did you
it
play
does.
Band? Did you play in band?
I
They did the same thing.
Did you play
Hey,
in band, Jay?
No.
I can tell.
What's that?
By your demeanor right there. You're so supportive, and you started knocking the second. Said, "Well, just don't play the French horn then."
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Wanna know what-
See,
wanna know
a
what
little
instrument I
biased
played?
information right there.
Do you know any of the instruments I played?
Oh, instruments.
Yeah.
I played the French horn.
You played
in elementary school.
the trumpet,
Nope.
the slide
The
trombone.
flute.
Nope. I started on the clarinet.
Yes.
Played
I was
the
close.
clarinet, then I played the saxophone for 9 years.
Saxophone is pimp.
Okay. I couldn't hit one note right now. It'd probably take me a good 6 months to be able to bust out a couple notes, but no, I played it for a long time.
Point is, there's just too much emphasis on sports, and they're the men and women that bring in the money for these campuses, and that's why they're given the leeway and the free ride.
See, I don't know if there's necessarily the emphasis on sports in general, but it's definitely more celebrated than their other activities.
They get away with a lot
Perks.
more
Okay.
lack of decorum, if you will.
All right.
Because they bring in money. You see what I'm saying?
I don't think it really gets to that point until a certain level.
But watch this documentary. I'm telling you, the Hunting Grounds. Watch it on Netflix. It's a documentary, and it'll tell you everything you need to know about college campuses and how they get away with it.
We can watch it together at Private Happy Hour.
There you
All
go.
right. Fair enough.
Let's take a break, come back, and have some fun and not talk about the dark, seedy
Fun
world
stuff.
of the NCAA.
We'll be right back with sports.
More sports and more. National Anthem talk. Be nice.
Front Street Brewery is the oldest brew pub in the state of Iowa. It's nestled beautifully along the bank of the mighty Mississippi. It's served the fine community of Davenport, Iowa since 1992 with awesome beers such as the Davenport Gold, a satisfying American ale pale strong color with a sweet corn-like aroma and a crisp, clean finish. Smooth, balanced, and refreshing. The Wise Guys, their take on the instantly recognizable German wheat beer that staked its claim on palates around the world. Brewed with noble German yeast, this is a refreshingly sweet and smooth brew, and it features a citrusy tart aroma with significant notes of banana and clove. Prost. Or the Raging River, an English-inspired American India Pale Ale with incredible balance, featuring an earthy, slightly fruity hop aroma with moderately bready malt notes. A bronze-colored IPA that you don't need a beard to drink. This is your gateway IPA. Check out their Facebook page for food and drink specials. Also visit their webpage at www.frontstreetbrew.com. Calling all bars and restaurants, call your local distributors. Get some Front Street on your tap lines or in your cooler now. Go to the restaurant at 208 East River Drive or the taproom at the Freight House Complex. Once again, www.frontstreetbrew.com.
Hey, this is Dorf with Dancing with the QC Stars. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
This is Ella Schmidt, the 106-pounder for Bettendorf, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
Back by popular demand, Gobo Productions presents One Night of Queen. Since forming in 2002, Gary Mullen and the Works have performed to sellout audiences all over the world. And now they're back in the USA for a brand new tour. One Night of Queen is a spectacular live concert recreating the look, sound, and showmanship of arguably the greatest rock band of all time. You'll hear classic Queen numbers including We Will Rock You, Fat Bottom Girls, Another One Bites the Dust, Bohemian Rhapsody, and We Are the Champions. One Night of Queen, performed by Gary Mullen and the Works. This show will rock you.
Coming to the TextLayer Center March 18th. Tickets are on sale now at the TextLayer Center box office and Ticketmaster.com. Presented by Town Square Media.
The Circle Tap in Davenport is your place to catch the big game on February 2nd. Watch the championship game on one of their 16 flat-screen TVs or relax on the heated patio. Enjoy $2 domestic cans, $7 big-ass Bloody Marys, and cash giveaways every quarter. Plus, one lucky winner will walk away with $100 at the end of the game. Soak up your booze with $6 pulled pork sandwiches and fries, or grab a rack of Circle Tap's world-famous ribs. Enjoy great food, great drinks, and great friends during the big game at the Circle Tap, West Locust Street, Davenport.
Get your maximum refund and your taxes prepared for half the price with AmeriFile.
I'm Christy, a single mom from Bettendorf. I got tired of paying $250 at H&R Block, so I went to AmeriFile. As advertised, they did my taxes for far less than half the price.
Bring in a copy of last year's tax return done by H&R Block, Jackson Hewitt, Liberty Tax, or any other tax preparer, and we will cut your tax prep fees in half, guaranteed.
This year, AmeriFile has the best tax prep deal in town. Save hundreds having your taxes prepared with AmeriFile, and you get free Rudy's Tacos, free Whitey's, free Chick-fil-A, Hungry Hobo, or Fresh Blend Smoothies. Trust AmeriFile's 30 years tax experience to handle any simple or complex tax situation. Remember, this tax season, save hundreds with AmeriFile, the best tax prep deal in town. Free Rudy's Tacos, Whitey's Ice Cream, or Hungry Hobo. AmeriFile Tax Centers, Davenport, Moline, and Clinton. Call 762-8087. That's 762-8087 or AmeriFile.com.
H&R Block is a registered trademark. After price taxes from last year's fees. $75 minimum.
When storm damage hits, All Major Restorations is your insurance claim specialist. Loose or missing shingles, tinted siding, or damaged windows. All Major Restorations of the Quad Cities works with your insurance company, making the process quick and easy. The insurance company has people fighting for them. Let All Major Restorations work for you. Residential, commercial, and industrial. There's a reason they have an A+ accredited Better Business Bureau rating. Storm damage estimates are always free. Visit amrestorations.com. All Major Restorations of the Quad Cities.
January is National Mentoring Month, and at Big Brothers Big Sisters, one youth, one mentor, plus one moment can unlock limitless potential. When you sign up to become a mentor with Big Brothers Big Sisters, you are matched 1-to-1 with a child in our community. A child with big potential. 250 children are waiting. Be there for one of them. Go to bbbsmv.org to find out more about becoming a big.
No matter what time of year, the hottest sports takes are heard right here. This is the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
All right, Quad Cities. 1:47 in the afternoon. Hopefully we're going to have a
AM dial.
AM
We're on the
dial.
AM dial here, 1170.
Hopefully it's not too bad as snow out there. I don't know because we can't see outside, but I'm sure it's fine. Tonight, if you're out and about, and guys, you can travel. You're in the Quad Cities. You're in the Midwest. You know how to travel in snow. Just take your time, and guess what? You don't have to be anywhere faster than the next person. Just get about it your way.
So I really try not to go on like Facebook rants and stuff,
Mhm.
and some of them are great. There was just a couple friends of ours, the Dells, just had a good one about people that are plow customers and still being respectful. It doesn't cost anything to be a polite human being. But the same way yesterday, I was just thinking, I'm like, sometimes is it me or is it there's no happy medium today? Everybody is either just flying around you, riding up behind you, or they're going 5 miles per hour in front of you.
That's the Midwest.
We just drive normal, guys. Hey, if you're slipping and sliding, slow it down a little bit. If you're not, cruise along around the speed limit, maybe a couple over.
Oh my God, it's snowing!
Just don't do distracted driving.
They drive
Everything will be
crazy.
fine.
Don't kill us. Oh.
Out there
They
tonight.
tore my arms off and they threw them over there.
We talked to Merrick earlier. The SCW Pro is going to be out at the Rust Belt tonight, and also it's Mystery Night here at Quad City Storm. $2 beers, $2 hot dogs until the puck drops, and you can also go out to the Custom Raj, the 97X Rod and Custom Show that's going on.
Why is it Mystery Night?
Yes. I forget what it.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
Yeah, Gwen was on yesterday. She
intriguing.
talked a little bit about it. So I'm sorry that I have to do this with the last 10 minutes, but I'm going to ask you a couple questions after I tell you more about how much I enjoy the show The Circle on Netflix.
All right. So after you said that, I came across it as the either trending or popular on Netflix. So I just looked into the synopsis of it.
And
it looks so dumb, I would watch it.
All right.
It is bizarre.
He's right.
And the first thing I do, and I'm sure you do this, is if I were on the show, what would my strategy be?
Of course.
So lay it on us. Tell us
All
about
right,
the show.
so-
Have either of you guys heard of the show?
I've not.
I skimmed through it last night and I was like, nope.
Okay. Did you how much of the trailer did you watch?
4 seconds.
Oh, so you got to keep watching it.
And and I said nope.
Just watch the trailer. I'm not saying watch the show.
Jay watches The
It's
Bachelor.
funny.
I am never going to take his advice when it comes to a show.
Well, this
Watch
isn't
it
his,
for,
this is
for
mine.
conversation
Oh, yeah, this
reasons.
looks awful, man.
I don't want to
Right.
have that conversation.
That's so bad that I would watch
No,
it.
bro,
Who doesn't want to see a train wreck? Sorry.
My life
guys,
is enough of
let
train
me
wrecks
tell
and
you
I have to
this.
see it on TV. Thank you.
You don't understand this. First things first, it is Big Brother Jason. Of course, I'm a Big Brother fan. So, and then there's 8 people that make zero contact with each other. It's all like dealing with things over social media. So, it's all hands free. So when they're dealing, their whole game is over like messages or private chats or whatever else. To watch people have to say things out loud like message, LOL, great conversation. I can't believe this is happening. And then the one guy can't. The fact that that's what's going on in people's brains when they when they write things on social media.
Sad.
And to see that even
#blessed.
Yes, during this game, when someone gets upset and you're like, oh, I don't know if that person during this conversation, and you can see how things are translated in nonverbal, in nonverbal, obviously, because you're not there to see it. You just get it in text only. So then someone's like, I'm going to rank this person because I didn't like what she said.
That's what I don't like about
and
it.
the person out of nowhere is just like, wait,
You're
I
gonna rank?
didn't mean anything by that. I was actually giving them a compliment. It's all about this
Context.
is a weird thing about society.
This
No,
BS,
I agree. It's
man.
a weird thing about society, but to like make it
And
into
judge-
competition, like
It's
that's
a game
like
show.
What
Yeah.
rubs me the wrong way about society?
Exactly. Thank you. And then judge a person on their nonverbal skills and how to use an emoji to process a message or to relay a message. That's ridiculous.
It's more than that.
It's
Like,
not.
you've got yes, it is. It's more than that. There's all kinds of things. There's people that are out there catfishing them and everything. Like
And The Bachelor's more than a guy banging a bunch of chicks and acting like he's not.
The Bachelor is more than that. No, I think The
It's
Bachelor
not.
like.
It's super
I just think,
official.
I think well, all of it is. Okay, here's the deal. Here's what I want to ask you.
Stay in the circle.
Yeah,
Stay in the
okay.
circle.
All right,
I
fine.
can't.
So the most intriguing thing I thought about this.
You watched it, Serge?
No, I told you I watched the trailer and that was it.
Two
Okay.
episodes. Give it
I've
2
not watched
episodes.
this.
I promise
So
you.
trailer, promo, whatever you want to call it.
I'm not saying
the little
it's the best
blip. So it just tells you about what the show is, the premise. So the premise. So these people, they don't ever get to see these other people in the house.
Yeah.
They don't ever. They never actually interact with them in person. It's all whatever their online little presence profile is.
Okay.
So you can be yourself. You can be an
Or-
alter ego of yourself,
or you could be somebody totally different. I could
It's
just
like
use Adam.
how to be a cyberbully.
A little bit. It sure is. It
How to
absolutely
be a
is. For me too.
psycho.
Yeah. So, circle gets the square.
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
I could have your profile picture as mine.
Yep.
I could still use my
Right.
name, or I could use your name. One guy has his girlfriend because she's much prettier than he is. He's like, she looks more.
We're promoting stalking and crazy.
But it's a game show.
It's a game
It's
show.
a game show.
It shows the
What do you
best-
win?
It shows the 50,000 or 100,000, one of the two. It really does. I don't care what these people are doing, and they're saying it's a game. If you really peel the layers off, it shows how bad, how people can lie to you, how people can say whatever
But I already
else.
know that, so I don't want to see it in my
It is
face.
just, it's just eye opening.
But do you feel like it promotes that behavior?
Yeah, maybe.
Instead
No,
of
not-
instead of like
No,
bringing it out to
I
the
guess
light,
I'm
you
not
feel like
looking
it does.
It's already out there. You're not promoting
Yeah.
it anymore.
So,
Same
have
thing.
you guys ever seen a profile with your pictures on it?
No, I have not.
I
All
have.
the
Why
girls
would
have.
that happen?
I have back when MySpace. I had a whole MySpace. My name was Ashley.
You very pretty.
Okay.
I like you.
No,
Fire.
but I had one of those, and I had to like shut it down. But and
Get
I'm
it,
not the only
girl.
one. No, it's gross. It's just weird. Like be
Flame.
you. I don't know. It rubs me the wrong way. I guess. And if you're gonna pretend to be
Yeah, it
somebody,
does.
please don't pick me because I am not the one.
So, reality television, whatever. Is there a show that you would try out for, reality-wise? Is what I'm asking. you.
Survivor. I've always wanted to do Survivor.
And the same thing
Jay,
that you're
I
talking about.
almost accidentally just watched an episode of The Circle right now. Just
Yeah,
by pressing
well,
play.
I'm telling you, if you give it 2 episodes, you're going to be like, I like this stuff. All right. Survivor, it's still the same thing. You're politicking. You're
But it's
not,
physical.
You're not being,
It's more than that. It's perseverance. It's
physical in
willpower.
Big Brother. It's physical in MTV The Challenge.
You're not talking about that. We're talking about
I'm
the
just
circle.
saying, yeah, but I think what I'm doing is more like defending the crappy television I watch. Anyway,
I think so.
The Circle is Big Brother or Jace.
Okay,
That's what I'm saying.
It's compared to Big Brother and Catfish in format, as well as Black Mirror.
Yeah, I don't like
the
any of
episode
them.
Nosedive with the concept of ratings.
It's really interesting if you look at it as a sociological.
I'm gonna watch it this
experiment.
weekend. I'm gonna give it.
Just here's the deal. I know I'm asking a lot for 2 hours. Give it 2 episodes.
I'm going
That's
to.
it. Because if
For you, I will.
Yeah, the second one, then you're gonna be like, these people. Like,
Right.
It's really weird, but that's all. Adam, is there a reality show that you would try out for?
I would do Alone.
Alone?
What's Alone?
It's like
Survivor
a
by
survival
yourself.
show,
Yeah.
but you're on your own. So it's as much like mental, like
Yeah.
how long can I
I've
stand
seen
just
that.
being around myself,
Right.
as it is like
People make
how
it
long can I
months.
survive on my own.
But is it like, do you have like a house, an apartment, or is
No.
it just out in the
No, they
woods?
like drop you off in the woods. You get like a certain number of items that you bring
Yeah.
with you, like your backpack.
It's
and
Survivor
like,
by yourself.
I'd love to say I could do that.
I couldn't.
I just couldn't survive.
I couldn't.
don't think
I
I could
need my
allow it.
kids.
I don't know that would make it far, but
Do you
I
have
think it'd be
kids?
like,
Ironically,
I have
Yeah.
one.
could
You
survive
have one?
Survivor.
See, I couldn't go that long without my kids. That's my
And,
downfall.
and that's what breaks a lot of people on that show. It's
Absolutely.
just,
It'd be like 2 days.
missing
Like, I miss my baby.
What's the prize? Does the prize matter?
Yeah, they win like at least $100,000.
Okay, so that's actually what first place is on the circle, and runner up is 10,000.
Yeah, I still wouldn't do
Yeah.
that. I would
No, like I agree. As a sociological experiment, it's a
Right.
very interesting thing. I just
And
feel
see,
like
the
most
only-
people viewing it aren't viewing it in that context.
Sure.
Yeah, they're being programmed.
Some it's entertainment, some it's whatever, but to each their own on who
I'm
watches
with you,
anything
Adam.
for
I
whatever
see it
reason.
the way you see it.
Now, see, that's my thing is that what I don't like about game shows like that or The Bachelor or whatever else, as far as like if I were to be a contestant, is there's so much out of my own control. You know, I could have this whole little concept, but they're gonna vote. They might vote me out because they like me. On
That's
something.
exactly
I
why
don't
they
like it,
vote you
so-
out.
So you have to play the
Yeah,
game,
or you're
and blah,
doing
blah, blah.
better.
So I like the ones by yourself too. So did you have Jay Big Brothers? Obviously, yours.
Yeah, that's it.
Bomber. If you could try out for a game show. Or,
It would be Survivor because I think
Survivor.
that I could make it to at least the last 2.
Okay.
I really do.
I Survivor. My favorite is if I were in the shape for it, or if I could get myself in the
Oh,
shape
I'm
for
not in the shape for it, but I have a lot of meat.
American Ninja Warrior.
No,
I
that's a
could
good
go
one.
without
I could watch
food for
that.
the
I
last 2
thought
weeks.
you were going straight naked and afraid there.
No,
Like,
no. I can have that. I can have American Ninja Warrior on in the bar all time.
I love that show.
Giant TV.
Have you guys seen like the dog version of this that
No.
exists now?
No.
There's like
looking
Yeah,
it
now
up
I'm going
right
to.
now.
Yes, look
there's
it
a
up.
show called Top Dog. I watched like half of it the other night, and it's like service animals and stuff, but it's basically like American Ninja Warrior for them.
For the dogs, and they
Yeah.
do like all the like. Oh my God, we have to find that.
It was
It's called
kinda wild.
Dog Eat Dog.
Yeah. All right. Adam from Front Street, thank you so much for coming in today. We have to thank Merrick Brave for coming in as well. Go to SCW Pro Genesis tonight. Bomber,
Yes.
take us out with your national anthem.
Oh,
Go
how do
ahead
I
and
do
press-
that?
Did you
Just go play? I'm plugged in. Should I play it?
I thought you were telling her to sing it right now. I was like,
no,
geez,
no.
Jake.
All right, here it
No
goes.
pressure.
Yeah. You guys have a hassle-free weekend.
Oh.